What's up, everybody? We are live. Gun here. Hope this video finds you well. Happy Sunday, August 2nd, 2020. Baseball weekend coming to an end. And let's knock on wood here that we have another baseball weekend coming forward. I am very cautious and being overly optimistic about what potentially awaits tomorrow for baseball. And we've seen some gloom and doom theories out there. Commissioner Manfred as much as warning networks that MLB works with to have alternate programming. So let's hope for good things, and let's hope the season stays alive, because as a Yankee fan, I'm enjoying the ride. There are 6 games on the main slate for FanDuel and DraftKings, and there is not a lot of great pitching. So this slate could be another one of those ugly slates where you don't win by pitching, you win by hitters. So we'll see what happens. It is a Coors Field slate. Anyway, I'm Gun, twitter.com/Gundagger Sports. If you guys are stumbling across this video on YouTube just because you're looking for some Sunday DFS content, well, welcome to the channel. If you so feel generous, would you scroll down, hit that thumbs up, show me a little bit of love, and then subscribe to the channel if you want more DFS content. Man, I do my best to cover NBA, baseball, and NFL. And hit that notifications bell if you want to be notified when more content drops. We do a lot of this content via live stream, so you guys can be part of those live streams and interact, and it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. What you see on the screen is rundfs.com. That's the place where we don't just play DFS, we run DFS. Also have a premium side of content where I share my spreadsheets, which I do believe humbly so that my baseball spreadsheet is pretty doggone fantastic, and the 24/7 premium Discord chat, and I think that's another huge asset, a big benefit for you guys as a DFS player, to submerge yourself into a community of 60, 70 plus grinders, all bankroll levels, walks of life, genders, parts of the countries, parts of the world. We have just an amazing melting pot of DFS players, and I love the community we've built. Every day before lock, we have a voice chat, talking plays, shooting a breeze, having some fun, making our lineups. So you guys are welcome to join that. If you do so, get yourself a premium subscription and make some new friends. And then, of course, 24/7 text channels. And in NBA, with the staggered all-day slates, where news is going to become important and late swaps going to become a tool for success, you'll have a team working together, notifying everyone when some news drops and some swaps need to happen. So get yourself spreadsheets, get yourself Discord access, and then if you really care, in all of my spreadsheets I share my personal player pool for guys that I'm personally running, pitchers that I'm personally tiering, and stuff like that. So you guys are more than welcome to check that out. It's a good way to support the stream, support the site, support myself, and hopefully you learn a little bit more about DFS in the process. Today we're going to talk about this 6-game baseball DFS slate for FanDuel and DraftKings. It is yucky. Just looking at some pitching options, man. You got Aaron Savall and John Lester at the tippy top at 9K plus. Got a bunch of yuck contact pitchers. You got some middle relievers, and we've got some openers. Guys like Tyler Clippard, Tyler Duffy's on the slate, Stephen Brault. It's going to be a weird one. And like I said, Coors Field. So don't be results orientated on this one. I'm going to play it light. I've actually considered withdrawing my mass entry, but I'll probably just go ahead and roll it and see what happens. But let's jump into it, man. Game number 1, Rays at the Orioles. We got Yanni Chirinos projected to take on Tommy Milone. Yonny Chirinos limited the Braves to just one unearned run over 4 innings in his first start of the season. He went 2-1 with a 2.33 ERA in 3 outings, 2 starts against the Orioles last season. He'll be up against Tommy Milone. Tommy Milone 0-1 with a 12 ERA, 5 strikeouts. He started on opening day in place of injured John Means, allowing 4 runs in 3 innings and a loss to the Red Sox. This is going to be his second start in an Orioles uniform. If we go look at Vegas, Vegas has given the Rays a total of 5.6. And Tommy Milone and the Orioles have a 4.1 implied run total. Rays a minus 182 favorite. Orioles have been pretty scrappy. I mean, they were scrappy against Blake Snell yesterday. And I'm starting to get tired of pitching against them. But here we are yet again where Yonny Chirinos might start leading the pack of somebody I might have to consider pitching against this Orioles team. If we look at his metrics coming into the season, last year had a home run problem to righties, a 2.08 home run per 9 with a 4.08 xFIP to righties and a 4.11 xFIP to lefties. Hard contact to lefties was down, and his strikeout stuff was average, 10.6% swing and strike rate. Sierra at 4 1/4. Normally not somebody that would project pretty high for me interest-wise, but on this slate, we're probably just looking for a couple inning eaters. Maybe they get 4 or 5 strikeouts and a dub. I think Yonny Chirinos is at least somebody to consider on the forefront as a potential suitor to those needs. Again, no warm and fuzzies by any stretch of the imagination there. Let's go pull up the pitch report in the RunDFS.com MLB VIP spreadsheet and see what we might be expected from him. Fastball, slider, and splitter. Generally, the Orioles project pretty poor against much of anything. But like I said, this season they've been scrappy and they've been a team to look out for. Only Anthony Santander has a plus rating against the slider coming into the season. A lot of super negative grades from the Orioles, so more pluses for Chirinos. Might pull up his DraftKings game log and just kind of see how many pitches he threw that last game, see where he might be at. He threw 68 pitches, so maybe 80 to 85 pitch ceiling here. And maybe, just maybe, he gets through 5 innings and becomes a win-eligible cat. And like I said, I think on today's slate, I'll settle for 16 to 20 DKP for my pitching spot because it is that bad. Tommy Milone, that's going to be a no for me, dog. You did your thing, but that's going to be a no for me. He did get some strikeouts in that last outing, but I can't quite pull the trigger on him. He had a 5.12 xFIP to righties last season, a 1.69 home run per 9. If we want to attack those numbers, I love me some Jose Martinez. 2,900 on FanDuel, 45 on DK. It's going to be a slate that features Coors Field and punt pitching. So if you want to get different, maybe Jose Martinez is one of those guys. Maybe a guy like Hunter Renfroe, also one of those guys. They all kind of make sense to be catalyst in a couple one-off solo shots, maybe a couple multi-run shots. Last night, Mike Brousseau got him one. 301 batting average to the lefties the last couple years. He's 2,100 on FanDuel. Don't mind him if he's going to be in the top of the lineup in Yandy Diaz. So the Rays do project as a pretty above average stack on a normal slate, but like I said, this slate does not project to be normal for long. It is a rough one. No high-end interest in pitching here. Of course, the Rays stack is in play. Let's move on to the next game. The Atlanta Braves hosting the Atlanta Braves hosting the New York Mets. Our pitching matchup for this one, David Peterson taking on Kyle Wright. What a series this has been. Super high-scoring series. David Peterson's 1-0 with a 3.18 ERA. He's following a successful big league debut at Fenway Park. The left-handed Peterson will face an even stiffer test. When he takes on the potent Braves offense, he's filling in for the injured Marcus Stroman in the rotation. Kyle Wright pitching for the Braves, 0-1 with a 6.88 ERA. He breezed through the first 2 innings of his season debut, but then he lost the feel for the baseball during what became an ugly 3rd inning. The highly regarded prospect has a top-notch slider. His troubles have been a product of fastball command. So if he's going to start walking players, that creates the propensity and the potential for the big inning. The 2-run shots become 3-run shots, grand slams, stuff like that. So neither pitcher is going to strike insane confidence to us, especially the way this series has rolled out. I don't know about you guys. Is there any Mets fans out there? My heart is with you. Definitely saw a tweet on Twitter last night that suggested that no other team produces as much heartbreak as the Mets. And I started thinking about it. I was like, man, that might be true. Like, it's one thing to just know you suck, right? If you've been a perennial fan of the Browns or the Mariners or just under the Dolphins, teams like that, where they haven't been good in a long time, but you don't expect them to be good anytime soon. And then you get a team like the Mets that have been paying for talent. They've been top 10 in payroll, and they got Cy Young Award winners, and they've been in the World Series in the last decade or so. Like they keep getting there, and then they keep getting these imports, these Dylan Betances off of free agency in the offseason, trading for Edwin Diaz, Robinson Cano. Like, they keep going out there and making plays, and you start building hope. Pete Alonso, Rookie of the Year. And then they just find new ways to blow it, find new ways to win. And we've seen a microcosm of that just this season alone, where they've blown some massive run leads. So my heart goes out to you Mets fans, and kudos to you for sticking with it. Let's go look at how David Peterson projects, or how he performed in that single start against the Red Sox. Again, I can't find myself being too interested in either pitcher, but that's just going to be my thought on every player on the slate. A 375 average in 4 innings to righties. That's not what you want. What's the xFIP? 7.62 xFIP to lefties. Again, such a small sample size that those ain't even worth mentioning. 50% hard contact to both sides of the plate. A 43% pull rate in that last game. Yeah, this is probably not something I'm going to be interested in. Lastly, I want to go look at that game log and check out his swing and strike rate. 7.7% swing and strike rate. So it's a yikes, man. It's a yikes. Ronald Acuna got on the board yesterday with a bomb. And then just generally speaking, this is a lineup I feel like it's very, very strong against general left-handed pitching. Acuna, Albies, Freeman has great lefty versus lefty splits. Ozuna, Adam Duvall, Dansby Swanson has just been off to an incredible start. And Travis d'Arnaud, should he draw the start behind the dish, and even if he doesn't, you might consider him as a DH, even though I don't think they do that. He had a massive night the other night against these Mets, so his former team. So I do like the Braves on the surface as a potential stack. They have an implied run total of 5.6, and the Mets at 5.5. So you combine that, we got ourselves an 11 total. I mean, again, a core slate. There's some competition to be had here. Both sides are completely in play. Kyle Wright, a high home run per 9 against righties last season, 5.8, 6.1 xFIP in 19 innings of sample size last year. There's just not going to be a lot of deep big league sample size to draw super deep conclusions. So maybe we pull up Kyle Wright's minor league numbers just to kind of check out his big league fingerprints and what we might expect to normalize or sustain. So let's go look at his splits from last year. In the minors, 49 innings against lefties, a 4.56 ERA, a 2.59 average allowed, and 3 bombs. So not bad per inning, right? You like to see 1 home run per 10 or less to feel confident, but 21 walks in 49 innings, not what you want, and that kind of came back to bite him in that last start. 47 strikeouts, less than a strikeout per inning. And against righties, he had, does that say 27? No, it doesn't. It says 10 home runs in 63 innings, so much, much, much more than that 1 per 10 that you like to see. So that actually does kind of leave a fingerprint of what he has done so far. He's been a massive home run guy to righties thus far in the bigs, and it looks like that is something that's transferring from his minor league numbers. 69 strikeouts in 63 innings, so over a strikeout per inning against righties, 14 walks. So looks like walk problems and power to righties. Peter Alonso, this is your chance. Yoenis Cespedes, this is your chance. Do we have a ground ball to air out ratio? No? Okay. So yeah, I can't get behind pitching here, but it looks like another game that could pop off and produce runs. So stack as you will. I really hate slates that don't have pitching, man. I really do. Let's keep it moving. This is ugly. White Sox at the Royals. I think this game will produce at least better options at pitching just because it's going to be a pitcher's park, Kauffman, and maybe some neutral conditions, but still nothing to get super stoked and excited about. But maybe this more than any other game if you're looking at starting pitching. Dylan Cease, a 15.43 ERA, has one strikeout on the season. It was not the first start Cease wanted against the Cleveland Indians, as he had trouble locating his fastball while allowing 4 runs over 21 and a third innings, including 2 bombs. Cease had just 1 strikeout. He'll be up against Jacob Junis. Junis is going to be activated off the injured list on Sunday to start the series finales against the White Sox. Junis was 9-14 with a 5.24 ERA in 2019. He is coming back from a positive COVID-19 test early in summer camp. So his pitch count, I don't have an actual number on it, but we can't expect it to be too deep. So I would probably say 65 is a generous conservative projection for what we might expect him to go. So because of that, it's hard to get behind either one of these pitchers. I will say Dylan Cease, if he gets a lineup that features more righties than lefties, he does walk into this game with at least not horrendous righty splits, a 3.81 xFIP, a 28.4% strikeout rate, 11.1% swing and strike rate. But against lefties, he added there 5.09 xFIP, a 285 average allowed, a 2.31 home run per 9. So guys like Ryan O'Hearn project well for power here. And yeah, this is a disaster slate for pitching. It really is. Jacob Junis, I'll never forgive him for breaking Aaron Judge's wrist with a hit by pitch. I can't trust his pitch count, but I tell you what, if you thought he could survive against the White Sox for 13 to 17 DKP as a range of outcome, I don't think you're out of your mind. But this White Sox is an offense I don't like to pick on. They came through for me quite a bit last night. Some of my highest scoring lineups in a profitable baseball night featured White Sox players. Luis Robert, big time night for him. Eloy Jimenez had a good night. And then, of course, these middle guys, Yohan Moncada, Jose Abreu, positive hitters. Yasmani Grandal, I don't remember if he caught last night, but you might see him DH and James McCann catch or vice versa. I think Grandal definitely caught last night. But that being a night day back-to-back, you might expect somebody different behind the plate, and James McCann has been there. And I think James McCann has homered in at least 2 of his games so far. Pull up his game log. 2. How do I know this stuff? I'm like a beautiful mind. So he's got a little bit of pop to him. If you wanted to, Jesus, 3,400 for him. That's not, I don't know. Royal side, Whit Merrifield got one yesterday. Merrifield's been off to a fantastic start. He's showing a lot more power than what I think we should expect from him long term lately. Right, a 1,000 plus OPS, a couple bombs here. He's got 3 bombs on the season, a couple doubles. I do think his doubles are a product more of his speed. And I said it the other day, Whit Merrifield has stolen base potential. He's only got 1 stolen base on the season, but that is something that's in his arsenal. But lately, he's just been getting multi-hit games. He's getting on base. He's getting runs. And he's giving you a pretty solid floor more often than not. And last night was another great example of that. So I don't mind grabbing me some Whit Merrifield here. Again, this matchup projects a little bit worse than usual because Dylan Cease does have not the worst righty splits, but Merrifield's not a strikeout guy, just a 16.9% carry rate of course the last 2 years against righties, and the rest of this offense still in play. Moving on to the next game, Twins hosting the Indians. Aaron Savall taking on Tyler Clippard. Clippard, the opener for the Twins. Savall, I still don't know if it's Savali or Savall. I'm going to call him Savall this stream. I think I called him Savali last stream. He's 1-0 with a 3.0 ERA, 9 strikeouts on the season. The White Sox made Savall work in his first outing of the year, but the Tribe's number 4 starter was able to grind through 6 frames, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits. 7 hits with 1 walk and 9 strikeouts. That, my friends, is quite the stat line. 7 hits, a walk, and 9 strikeouts in 6 innings. That is some stressful pitching. the opener for the Twins here, Tyler Clippard. The Twins made a last-minute swap, opting to use Clippard as an opener in Sunday's series finale. As an Indian in 2019, he was used in that role 3 times. Clippard has allowed 1 run in 4 innings this season. So Savall, on paper, is somebody that at least has some strikeout potential, according to his last start, that you might take a shot on. Coming to this season, his swing and strike rate sub 9%. That's a contact pitcher. And it looks like his ERA is far better than his xFIP and Sierra suggest. So it's probably unsustainable. And at 9.6 on DK, like on a normal day, that's not a price I'm willing to play. Amplify that by the fact that he's facing the Twins, one of the more strong powerhouse offense. I'm not that interested, but so far Savall has not had a big problem with home runs and has kept the ball on the ground more than in the air against righties with a below average 35.6% hard contact rate. But against lefties, he's a 42.9% hard contact rate with a 42% fly ball rate, but just a 0.39 home run per 9. That doesn't add up for me. So I'm curious to see what his home run to fly ball percentage is, because it feels like it's going to be way below league average. So let's go look at his splits from 2019. Now, these are nerdy metrics that maybe a lot of you guys don't care about, but I'm curious and it's on my brain. So 2019, Savall, 23 innings against lefties, and we want batted ball data, so it would just be here anyway. So home run to fly ball ratio against lefties, he had a 3.8% home run to fly ball ratio, a 15% infield fly ball. That's nuts. Pull rate was low, but hard contact's up. So just out of curiosity, because the numbers tell me that he's getting really lucky with home runs to lefties, let's go pull up his minor league numbers and see if it looked a little bit more normal. So let's go to splits 2019. We have 16 innings against lefties, just 1 homer. That's not a bunch of sample size. AA last year. Did we have innings on that? 14 innings, 2 homers. So it doesn't look like we're going to have a large sample size anywhere. 2018, 49 innings against lefties, 6 homers. So that seems a little bit more reasonable, but that's 2018 AA. So our little research experiment doesn't have to go much further than that. Behind Tyler Clippard today, you're looking at Tyler Duffy. Interesting play here at 6,500, right? Indians, another team that I don't want to pick on, but if we put his name into the old RunDFS.com MLB VIP spreadsheet and look at his metrics real quick. Against lefties, a 4.05 xFIP, a 25.5% K percentage, sub 200 batting average allowed, low walk rates, but still a high hard contact rate. This is going to be a lefty-heavy lineup, this Indians lineup, a bunch of switchies, and guys like Bradley Zimmer, Bo Taylor projected to making a start today. But Duffy is a guy that can get strikeouts. A 15.4% swing and strikeout rate is 6,500 for a middle-inning guy who might scoop up a win on DraftKings. Worth a stab at. I think so. Like, I don't feel happy about it. He wouldn't get you a quality start on FanDuel because he's not the starter. And you're still just kind of hoping that he even enters the game, right? Like, if they just got destroyed 10 runs in the first, you probably don't see Tyler Duffy. But at 6,500, could I get 10 to 20? Is that a window low and wide enough to just go ahead and just load up on bats? I think so. So I probably get there. Sierra's at 2.74, xFIP's 294. Again, these numbers are going to be much more pristine from a bullpen guy that's usually coming into a game in a positive spot, but pickings are slim. It is slim pickings out there today. So I don't think Duffy's the craziest shot today. If Clippard was able to scoop up 2 innings, if the Twins maintain a lead and Duffy comes in and they hold that win, the Twins are a slight favorite. Maybe you scoop up those win points and maybe he goes and gets some strikeout numbers. I hate to look at BVP here, but just out of curiosity, well, let's look at pitch report first, right? It's a little bit more quantifiable. Tyler Duffy, fastball, curveball. Any insane grades for against the curveball? Santana, Franmil Reyes, and Bradley Zimmer. Zimmer's probably on a low sample size because he's got crazy aggressive pluses and minuses. So, yeah, probably. All right, so ESPN, Tyler Duffy. Let's pull up his ESPN card, bring it to the main stage. Hopefully, we don't get a advertisement. Batter versus pitcher. Pull up Cleveland. What kind of strikeouts we're looking at against actual players? 6 strikeouts against Lindor, 217 average, 1 homer allowed. Who else? Mercado, Jose Ramirez, just 3 strikeouts and 25 at bats. That's not crazy. Carlos Santana, just 3 strikeouts, but batting 174. Looks like he's only given up 1 homer to this Indians lineup. Again, BVP is not a stat that I would build my lineups around, but I'm just a little bit curious because we are literally picking at straws with the group of pitching we have here. It's tough, bro. It is tough. Both teams are obviously stackable. I will say I respect the Twins bullpen and more than the average team. So maybe the Indians are one of my lesser interest stacks. And then depending on how watered down that Twins lineup looks, I don't think it'll be that watered down because every game matters. Maybe you're looking at Josh Donaldson's injury. Savali just doesn't project like a guy that I want to pay over 9K for on a slate that could feature so much offense. I think I'm just going to pure punt pitcher and hope for the best. Hope for not negatives, right? Let's move on to the next game. Cubs hosting the Pirates. So I think the Cubs and John Lester, I think John Lester will be the highest owned pitcher on this slate. And that scares me to death because I don't want to play John Lester. I really don't. The advanced metrics from that last start were literally terrible. But I guess historically he has been better at home, and the Pirates have just not been great and menacing. God. Am I really muted? Have I been muted that whole game or what? My mic fell. That's crazy. Yeah, my Yeti fell, and I guess when I caught it, it hit the mute button. My bad. So yeah, I just went on a pretty big tirade here about how I don't want to play John Lester. High xFIP 7.82, xFIP 7.46 Sierra, and that almost no hitter start against the Reds. A 1% swing and strike rate, 1.3% swing and strike rate. Like the metrics say that Lester's a terrible pitcher at 9K, but he's the lesser of all evils. So I don't know where I'm gonna land here. I really think this slate just sucks. It's abysmal for pitching. So I think I'm just gonna play it mostly FanDuel, spread out a couple of pitchers that I think don't completely die, and I guess Lester would be one of them. He's the largest favorite here. I think he's gonna be the highest owned. So maybe you just bite the bullet and hope he doesn't completely cave. And like I said, the Pirates have not been good. And if I'm not going to stack the Pirates against Lester, then I guess I might as well pitch Lester, right? 2:20 p.m. Eastern is that game's first pitch start time. My bad, chat. My bad. Yeah, they have been pretty bad. 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, so a minute ago, my mic kind of fell off the side of the desk. I caught it thinking nothing. All right, I just put it back, and then I guess I hit the mute button. My bad. Yo, what's up, chat? Good morning, everybody. Hello, Adam. Hello, Remy, Ron, Barlow, Dang Lazy Mofo, Lane Elliott, Sean Garfield. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel, checking out the content. My bad for that little technical difficulty. So Chad Cool is the middle guy. I think 7,500 is hard to love for him. I also mentioned Chris Bryant was a late scratch last night. Let's see if he plays today. He should draw a start every day, right? But against Stephen Brault, a contact lefty for the first 2 innings, and then handing the ball over to Chad Kuhl. So if Kuhl can have a solid game where he doesn't completely cave, maybe gets a strikeout per, less than a strikeout per, and scoops a surprise win as a big underdog. At 5,600 on FanDuel, maybe I'd take a shot. I hate playing pitchers on FanDuel that don't have a chance at a quality start, but this slate's tough, man. This slate is rough. So I'm really just going to mix and match stacks and hope I get the right one. And then Lester at 9K, essentially on both sites. Like I said, I think he's going to be the highest owned pitcher on the slate. The matchup inherently is a plus matchup, right? Only 2 players on this Pirates team strikes out less than 20%. But he's not really a strikeout guy. It's a single-digit swing and strike rate, a 1% swing and strike rate in that Reds game. You're just hoping he contacts his way into 5-6 innings and a dub. And I really think that's probably what you're going to have to play him for and just hope he doesn't die. So I don't think he will. Let's move on to the last game. It's Coors Field. Antonio Senzatella taking on Zach Davies. What a slate, y'all. What a slate. Normally I'm mad at FanDuel for leaving off normally I'm mad at FanDuel for putting on like the 4 p.m. games randomly. But I think in this case, I would have really liked to take a shot on Kendall Graveman, considering the games. And of course, it's not on the FanDuel slate, right? Yeah, it's not. So go figure, right? All right. Pitching matchup for the Padres at the Rockies. A day game at Coors Field. Zach Davies, 1-0 with a 3.6 ERA. His debut was a smooth one on Tuesday. He held the Giants to 3 runs, just 2 of them earned, over 5+ innings. He's made only 1 appearance at Coors Field, allowing 1 run, 2 hits, and 5 frames for the Milwaukee Brewers last September. Meanwhile, Antonio Senzatella 1-0 with a 3.6 ERA. The early pitch count was a concern, but some encouraging info came from Senzatella's 5 innings win against the Athletics. He didn't have his best fastball early, but secondary pitches carried him. So normally we don't play pitchers in Coors Field, right? In this house, we don't play Coors Field pitchers. Today, if you thought Senzatella could eat 5-6 innings, get a dub, and only give up a couple runs, he's not going to get you strikeouts. He's a contact pitcher. Like, I don't think you're out of your mind to consider him. Do I end up with him? Probably not. Implied run total for the oh my god, implied run total for the Rockies 7.1. Holy cow! And or for the Padres 7.1. The Rockies 6.5. I mean, this game's projected to go absolutely nuts. It is high 80s, maybe touches 90 degrees out there in Colorado. So that's your offensive priority. You probably try and stack that game. I really don't want to pay 9K for John Lester, but my goodness, y'all. This has got to be one of the worst points per dollar pitching I've seen. I still think I'm going to just land on a lot of Yanni Chirinos for FanDuel and just say YOLO. Goodness gracious, bro. It's tough. It's tough. Anyway, that's your main slate for FanDuel and DraftKings. An hour after this baseball slate locks, we'll have NBA. I've already put up an NBA breakdown video. I feel a lot better about NBA today, so I'm hoping to continue off of my success yesterday in NBA. I'm just probably just going to script this slate, play a couple of range of outcomes, play some ownerships, and leverage it out. But it just seems like the average player is just really going to stack cores here. I think the only leverage that we might have is to hope John Lester caves in. But even then, like, I don't trust the Pirates offense enough to give them that single digit to negative DKP. So maybe if Lester got less than 16 fantasy points or something like that, and that cost somebody an extra quarters bat, maybe that's where the leverage is. He only got 16 fantasy points in a one-hit game, right? It still says 0. Oh, he never gave up a hit. That's right. They brought in the bullpen. 76 pitches, so he probably goes 85 to 90 here. Maybe eats 6 innings. 76 pitches for a game that he didn't strike anyone out with a 1.3% swing and strike rate. That just makes me mad. It just makes me mad. If you guys have anything else for me, twitter.com/GundackerSports. You guys can reach out to me. If you guys want to get access to this spreadsheet for your daily research, we'll be adding the afternoon and the night games to the sheet after the main slate lock. And then, of course, we have this sheet every day. I'll be dressing up my personal player pool if you guys care about that today. It's rough. You guys can go above and beyond, show some support for the channel, and get access to the 24/7 VIP Discord, and be part of the pre-lock voice chats. We'll have a pre-lock baseball voice chat. I can't imagine that's going to be super fun for pitching discussion. And then, of course, that'll bleed over into NBA lock at an hour after that. And I don't know if Smeezy's going to play with some NASCAR today, but there is NASCAR today. So lots of DFS out there, lots of money to go grab, and hopefully lead us into Monday. Like I said at the top of the broadcast, man, there's a lot of murmurs that baseball might be dark on Monday. So maybe we enjoy it while we got it, right? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. Those of you that did catch the live stream, look for some more baseball content tomorrow right here on the channel. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, man, help me out. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you like DFS content, and I will see you in the next one. Good luck.